Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vincere, Atlantia victor. My holy Atlantean people, this moment is a moment of great importance and honor and dignity for me. It is my pleasure and happiness and honor as President of Atlantia to announce today that a lot of countries in the New World have passed their test of maturity or their test of history made by the goddess of history, the greatest goddess Diana, my sister, who is also the goddess of history. According to the laws of Atlantia, to the high laws of Atlantia, and according to the constitution of Atlantia, at least 500 years must pass before a society is considered to be mature. And after that, new regulations appeared which suggest that we should wait for at least 525 years in order for this for this conclusion to appear and for all the barbarian habits to disappear from the new societies and in the new world. Today, the new world becomes the old world, and all the countries in the new world gain their status as mature society, as independent societies, as all the countries of Europe are. So, because my mandate as President of Atlantia ends in February, ends on 1st of April this year, I have not waited until June or July this year, because the expedition of the three ships Niña, Pinta and Santa Maria, led by Cristoforo Colombo, left Portugal in 1492, in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 1492. And they have crossed the Great Ocean, the Atlantean Ocean, and they have established a new colony called San Salvador, which means the God has rescued us, or the Lord has rescued us, on a small island. However, the name Columb was given to a new country in Southern America called Colombia or Colombia. The name America comes from another explorer named Amerigo Vespucci, who was an Italian. He departed in 1504, and he has discovered the mainland of America. Therefore, since 1492 till 2017, this year, there are 525 years. Yes. So the laws of Artemis or Diana have been fulfilled, and the laws and the constitution of Atlantia have been fulfilled. And it is also my great pleasure to salute today the new President of the United States of America, Donald Jefferson Trump, from the Jefferson family, who is an esteemed family of coming from the founding father Thomas Jefferson. And I hope that he will give peace to the world, because we know today that British tanks have crossed into France and then into Germany in order to prepare for an assault by Russian tanks. And I also know that it is a great rumor that the new Secretary of State is a Russian influence agent. Also, a new map of the Greater Moldova has appeared as a gift from Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin to Igor Dodon, President of Moldova, which means that Russia intends to attack all the countries in Europe really soon. Okay, so today we celebrate, today we talk about nice things. I know that the colony of Roanoke, or Roanoke, on the Roanoke Island, was the first English colony created in 1585, 1 century after San Salvador, nearly 1 century. I also know that in Australia and New Zealand, the criminals from Tyburn, which were about to be hanged for their crimes, were sent, while Irishmen and Scotsmen and petty criminals inhabited Canada and the mainland of America, of the United States of America. I also know that America fought many violent wars, and they have conquered, they have made great conquest in getting Louisiana from the French, and then half of Mexico from Spain. They gained California and Texas. I also know about a war between England and France, and the great failure of General Washington, which made Canada to be now a part of France, while the United States of America remains a part of Great Britain. I also know that United States of America won their independence in the War of Independence, which began in 1789 with the Declaration of Independence of July 4th, 1796. Sorry, because 1776, because in 476 the Roman Empire collapsed and Odoacer conquered Rome, and 13 centuries later, in 1776, the new Rome was founded, but we already have another Rome called Moscow. you see. And the great patriarch Alexei II holds the great crown. He holds both of the crowns, the spiritual crown and the material crown, the double crown of the Tsars. Yes, okay. So, today we celebrate. Today I recognize the maturity and independence of Canada, of the United States of America, of Mexico, of Nicaragua, of Costa Rica, of San Salvador, of French Guiana, of Guyana, of Grenada, of French Guiana, of Venezuela, of Bolivia, of Colombia, of Brasilia, of Argentina, of Australia, of New Zealand, of Paraguay, of Uruguay, of Papua New Guinea, of India, of Pakistan, of Bangladesh, of Indonesia, of the other countries in the southern part of Asia and the central part of America, also called the Latin America. I recognize the independence of all these countries, and I ask and compel Her Royal Imperial Majesty Queen Elizabeth II from the Windsor imperial family to release immediately the colonies, because I know that after the colonies gained their independence in 1814, they lost their independence again because they were in great debts, and then a British army conquered Washington DC. But this was after the wars in Europe, after the Dutch powers conquered England, and after Portugal conquered the Dutch colonies, not colonies, conquered Holland. Okay, so New York became New Amsterdam and New York again, and it is my great pleasure to announce you that the Americans no longer have to fight in the wars of the British Empire. They can join our war in Europe if they so wish, but they can stay away at home if they so choose. I also recognize that all the debts are wiped out in dollars and in pounds, in sterling pounds throughout the world. I asked the President of France to recognize the independence, and I compare him the independence of Canada. I asked and I compelled the great King of Spain, Juan Carlos, to recognize the independence of all the countries in Latin America: Argentina, Chile, Venezuela, Bolivia, Colombia, Nicaragua, San Salvador, Costa Rica, and all the others. I ask and I compel, through the laws of Atlantia, the President of Portugal to release the colony of Brasilia, or Brazil, or Brasilia, from which occupies 2/3 of the territory of South America, and they are the Mayan Empire, to release them and to grant their independence. I also ask Queen Elizabeth II to recognize the independence of India, of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Australia and New Zealand and all the other parts which are not parts of Africa in the common world, which lies on the top of this planet, on the exterior surface of this planet, which I created 4 billion years ago. So you see, the high powers of Europe now compelled to my demands. I also asked the president of Germany to release his colonies, his very small colonies, and I also asked my good friend the King Harald V of Sweden to recognize the independence of Russia and the other colonies, Swedish colonies. I asked the Dutch stadtholder to recognize, and I compelled him to recognize the independence of all the Dutch colonies, which are the Antilles, the Antilles Islands. Okay, so this concludes this ceremony. Goodbye to you all.